It says I'm live. Fingers crossed. And we're live. Welcome to episode, I think, 36. Yes, I think that's how far we've got. And the first Euro Truck stream of 2021. I think we managed to start this year off on American Truck, maybe? No? I don't know. I think we did some on Twitch. If we didn't, I apologise. I don't intend to lie to you, but, oh well. Last time we played this, we did an event, which I completed on Twitch. And the rewards have been collected. I think I'll now have to accept them onto the account. But it's not Christmas, so they're pretty much redundant, although they do open up the opportunity for us in the future with DLCs to get additional interior gear. Like, you got a pillow and a blanket. We didn't have these. I'll explain more, actually. You know what? We'll, wait. We're on the wrong account. We're on the wrong one. We need to be on the, yeah, wrong account. Alfarius, that's the one. Oh, that got loud all of a sudden. Jeez. Okay, thank you, Game Audio, for just turning up by about 20% in my ear. I appreciate that. So yes, all that extra stuff does imply that they're going to be adding additional, I guess, decorations. That's the word. Which seems kind of small and insignificant, but actually I think it's kind of cool. Oh, but that's just me. I wish they'd done this years ago, but I'm glad they're doing it now. And there's still plenty for them to do. Hopefully we'll get more American Truck DLCs this year. Hell, I hope we get Iberia this year. I don't think we've got it yet. Unless I'm wrong, in which case I need to buy it. But I don't recall seeing any event. Taking the scenic route. What was that about? Doesn't matter. Let's see where we are, because I don't remember. I have no idea where we are. Hello, Cyrene. Hello, Karma. Yes, we're starting early. I thought, screw it. I have to go feed a rabbit after this, so... yeah. Hello, Duck Dog and Anne. Hope you're both doing well. Hope everyone is. Running out of fuel, and am tired. Do I have fuel here? I do not. Alright. Let's do this first, I guess. So we've got the sleep covered. Okay, it's not too bright. Let's go find some fuel. Also the first time I'm doing this in a dining room chair. Alright, move the chair back a little, sorry. Okay, and we'll need to get rid of these decorations. Let's find a fuel stop. Huh. There is one here. So that is where we shall go. Wait, can I not just... huh. That makes it tricky. Is there one... no. Is there one on this route that I didn't notice? Oh, there is one here. Ignore that. This appears to be the easier one. So let's have a crack at it. Jeez, I feel rusty already. Let's... oh, not too rusty. Let's put these on. Is there any rain, or was that just residual? That was residual. Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll get fuel, and then we'll acquire, well, we'll get rid of these decorations. And hopefully not have too many accidents. I've had rotten luck because I'm a rubbish driver. fingers crossed, we can do a little better. Having a meh day, I can relate. I was hoping to get some work done, didn't really get much done. Did a little building of the foundation for the new shed I'm putting in the garden, which I'm then going to insulate when it's all built. Insulate and basically ensure it's prepared for, as best as possible, prepared for use as a storage unit. We also did some measuring in the garden of a few things. What was it? Oh yeah, the garden for another log cabin, because we're exciting. And it had nothing to do with I'll be honest, I was more irked by the fact that the grass was long and the dogs just tear the ground. Oh, nice. The dogs just love to tear the ground up. So I didn't really do much. So hopefully, after this, I will get at least notes done, because I really do want to make some headway in a few projects. And the sooner I get them done, the better, really, huh? Hello, Morris Miner. Hope you're well. I was almost killed the other day by 3 idiot drivers all at once. I'm very sorry that you were almost killed. Yep. Hello, Leona. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's had a nice Saturday. I did get to clean the floor again. I guess that's a small win. Serviced my what did I service? Oh, my BMG. Yeah, that's the Brian May guitar. Yeah, that was fun. I was hoping to clean my room, but the dogs got let out because the one who's on my bed wouldn't shut up, which annoys me beyond reckoning, because she just literally comes in here and lays on the bed, which means I can't do anything with things that are on the bed that I had planned to do, which is quite frustrating. But what do I know? Yeah, I got something done, and yeah, but not much. It needs to do 4 rows of 5 slabs, concrete slabs, for this shed to be built on, and we did 1 because we ran out of sand. So when I get paid, because the shed will arrive on the 15th, I get paid between now and the 15th. I will order a ton of sand. We don't need that much, by the way. I'm going to order that, though, because that goes towards the log cabin they're going to put in the garden as well. The additional log cabin, anyway. And that's a reasonable thing to do, really. Responsible. So at least I paid towards it, which is good. We'll go from there. I put a little brick edging around the slab we did so far, because that will then help keep the base in place. We will then cement them later on. We can't acquire the cement right now, so it's more of a case of we've got them in place, and once I've got some cement, I will then cement those bricks where they are. And go from there, because I'm not stupid. And solid base, good. But beyond that, yeah, it's just meh. Cyrene, any thoughts on the news regarding Parler? So, from what I know, last night, or yesterday, I had seen it. Apple had made a demand to Parler to moderate their site. I mean, moderating a site, every site has TOS, so I get it. And there are rules anyway. With Parler, the site went down for a while. It was removed from the Google App Store. I don't know if that's still in effect. I don't know if Microsoft has done the same, if there's an app for it on Windows. I don't know if it's still in the Apple Store. I don't use Apple, so I couldn't say. I didn't have the Parler app anyway on my Android phone. I'm going past you now. You're doing my head in. I will legit smash into you in a sec. Yeah, you can go now. I was so annoyed. So Parler is changing its terms. Parler's weird. To get verified, you have to give them ID. You have to prove you are a person and give them a lot of personal information. Something I'm not okay with. So I don't give them anything. I think I've got about nearly 300 followers over there. And I'm very proud of that. Of course I am. But at the same time, I'm not overly fond of being verified by having to give up so much personal information. So that's interesting. I'm not a fan of what has happened. Hello, Sasha. Hope you're well. Cyrene, it's still on Apple. That's good then. I'm not a fan of what has happened, especially with the full context. With the full context, people could say, yes, but incited. I'm sorry. You're really wrong. That's really warped interpretations of history, and I find it fascinating. I know I had heard that the 45th president now has an account there. If that's true, that's a huge deal. I knew there was an account already, though, because that account, if I remember correctly, that particular account was run in almost his honor. It posted all his tweets. Right, here is the fuel. Do not die on me. I'm not a fan of free speech being silenced at the best of times. And people can say, yes, but who are the fascists and all that. And it's really weird to me to see a blind eye turned to anti-fascists who use violence, but get absolutely apoplectic when it happens to people you... is that the word? I don't know. When it comes to people you disagree with politically, that is so strange to me. We should get rid of this festive stuff. Alright. Let's do it this way. Easy. Yeah, it's not the site's fault. People blaming sites for words spoken on it is quite strange. It's a strange... Yeah, Trups and I... Obviously, he and I were talking about things before we'd found out that Mr. 45th President had been yeeted. We didn't know that at the time. So we were very... I mean, I haven't spoken to him since, but I'm sure he knows. That looks nice. Find something cool. Plush? That looks cool. Oh, the home trucker thing. That was fun. We'll have that. And the gift. Okay, that's cool. We'll keep the home trucker one. Oh, hang on. A Euro Truck air freshener. That's different. Apple air freshener. They've added some things to this. Alright, well, where's my home trucker? There it is. They can go. I don't like curtains at the best of times. Ah, right. These guys can go. So for those who don't know, things like this, I had to complete an event to get that thing. It took ages. The Brandenburg Gate. I like that, by the way. Some additional things. Hang on, that's... Why, that's the wrong way round. Don't think you're right to have a sandwich. Sure. We'll have a sandwich on the dash. That works. A festive mug. Got that for completing the event. I like that, but it's a daft. We can't have it. We'll have a mug. Nah, we won't actually. We'll have that one because it looks more appropriate. Switch them. Switch them. That one. Yeah, that works. Right. That. Oh, it doesn't get rid of them. Okay. Thanks for not getting rid of them. That works. That one. Okay. So wait, what is that? Huh. A smelly... Huh. Oh, air freshener. Okay, they've added things. That looks cool. These... I'll go with the air freshener because that's appropriate. Oh, that's a... Oh, apoplectic is the correct word. Thank you, Duck Dog, for that. The air freshener is neat. Yeah, I agree. Smelling sack. That's like potpourri, isn't it? I'll get the air freshener. Okay, that's different. I know they've added some new bits. Oh, they have. Instant lunch. I mean, that's appropriate for a lot of people with Brexit at the moment, to be honest, isn't it? Fire extinguisher. I think yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, you actually have loads of new things. How cool is that? A book. It sounds really sad for me to be interested in this, but I really am. A lunchbox. Paper towels, because masturbation. Where's the delivery one? That was kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. Huh. I wasn't expecting all this. Is this just the Christmas one? Oh, they've actually added stuff. Wait, a game box. Alright. Sleeping bag. A truck bag. Okay, no lie. I actually like the look of that. We'll get that one. No, we'll get beige. Just lightens it up. Oh, we have different ones as well. Huh. How cool is that? One cushion, no. Huh. They've added stuff. That is so cool. Anything different here? How about on this? Nope. Okay. Not going to complain. That's actually kind of cool. Were there different ones here? Not that I don't like the curtains anyway. They look horrible. Huh. Well, I'm very impressed they finally updated this. I'm not going to get the rear light thing though. Okay. Oh, nice steering lock. Just what I've always wanted. That's on. Oh, okay. Lag. Nice. Small things, but you know, that's cool. Right. Let's get a job. We haven't got one. Let's go and get one. Well, there's a job. Let's get that one, though. Has more time to get to it, and it looks better. Oh, my steering lock. That was weird. Right. At the exit? That is the exit. Lights on. Okay. I hope that people because there is a purge, people are talking about it, and they're going to call it whatever they want. I don't care. The name is not the part I care about, to be clear, and I don't want to see alternative forms of communication silencing people or silencing entire groups of people. It was funny because a lot of the tweets I saw that were anti this censorship all pointed out that the left back in the 70s and 80s was all about freedom of speech, and now it's become very much it's okay as long as we say it and not them. And that's very bad. That they've got a point. It's not healthy. It's harmful to civil discourse. And in truth, I find it to be incredibly insulting to everyone that control of who can and cannot speak is being handled. I know that people then use the Because there's always an answer. There's always an excuse. Privately owned company. Yes. Sure. Publicly traded company. Doesn't matter. The moment you start to silence people because of what they think, you're going to cause issues. And then when you say, oh, go talk somewhere else, and then you remove that ability to speak somewhere else, you are not using it for... You're not helping anyone who wants to seek to unify or heal. As I said last night, you are seeking instead to cause greater division. No lie, when I tweeted that out before I went to bed, I went laid in bed and I couldn't sleep. I had a little pop on my phone. I looked on Twitter and noticed that it got a little bit of traction, which is nice. Los Santos Rebel Radio. Yes. What's Trevor's friend called? Or is that Blaine County? Different radio station, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, they hello Dog Munch, by the way, hope you're well. I can't put on Rebel Radio in this truck, I'm afraid. I haven't listed this game as Grand Theft Auto, have I, by accident? That would be kind of what I'd do, though. If I did, I do apologise. Anyway, yeah, I think if Parler wants to be the voice for those on the right who are being censored, or for those who want to leave Twitter, because let's not forget here, he's a big name. The 45th president is. If he promotes it, it's going to get a lot of traction. It's going to get a lot of investment. It's going to get a lot of traffic, and people will seek to silence it, and that's fine. But you are fueling further belief that one site is only an echo chamber. Or these places only breed echo chambers. Again, not healthy. Then again, nor is it healthy to spend your entire time on Twitter dumping on another person, or dumping on multiple people's, or obsessively retweeting someone else angrily because you don't agree with them, or taking screenshots of their tweets to tweet out pictures of those screenshots because you lack the cojones to retweet, or simply engage with them. Which, I mean, I can understand if they've got a big enough following, they're not going to be able to keep up with you or reply to you. But saying your piece should surely be enough. All it tells me is that there's something else at play here. It's a word I'm not allowed to say, okay, because some people get very upset when I use it. But there's a certain mentality one has to have when they obsessively have to be the one that gets the last word in, even if the other person doesn't know about it. You're supposed to have gone green. Rah, I'm faster than you. Get good scrub. I think I've accidentally maced myself. Oof. I hope you feel better soon. And yeah, benevolent dictatorship. Yeah. Well, that's something, isn't it? I'm not a fan of censoring anyone, and to claim the excuse of inciting violence with a tweet that does anything but that tells me a lot. And people can try and shift it and say, yes, but people were there. And it's like, yes, because they were meant to be there at a peaceful rally. Some people disagreed. It doesn't put the blame on him for that, because he never said, oh, let's have a riot. What do I know? I'm just an Englishman. I don't understand the subtle intricacies of these two glorious nations. In your case, a republic that is arguing quite a lot. Be interesting to see if anyone actually wants to be if they want to work together when half your Congress members are already trying to get rid of virtually anyone of political difference who didn't step in or stop it, under the guise that it is somehow their responsibility. Why do I need to sleep already? Oh, that travel must have ruined it. Really? You put me on that at the start. Okay. I like that I mean, I haven't even turned to get out. And I've kind of been shafted here. Right, let's turn the differential on. No, I'm stuck. Really? Really? I hate you. Yes, turn those on. I have been, yeah. I was definitely, without any form of happy ending, boned. Yes, the supremacy of a race, people, yes. That's really inconsiderate and quite rude. There are lots of people who supported him because of his policy, his domestic policy, or his international policy as well. They are not white. Well, they're not those people. I find it quite frustrating the way things have happened, because it will come down to history now whether or not he does get remembered correctly. And I mean, somebody who wasn't given a fair chance, or whether he'll be remembered by those who revise the history to suit their bias. And I'd like to believe it would be the former, but the latter is more likely, and that annoys me greatly because, as an outsider, he wasn't a bad president. And yes, his style was very much a case of, you're all wrong, so I'm going to tell you you're wrong. This constant behavior of, ooh, we must suck up to the greatest majority and more subtly shut those down that disagree with us, doesn't really work. It's condescending, and people are smarter than you treat them. I mean, they're plenty are dumb, but in the grand scheme, the dumb people are those who think they're better or above others. And, well, they proved that when they couldn't handle a little, well, mostly bants in a building. Yes, the light held me up. Turns out I'm not allowed to turn upon immediately docking. I had to go straight, regardless, which I found quite stupid. But what do I know? I am but a, air quotes, driver. Not a very good one, but I am this. We shall see if we can at least have a pleasant delivery. I do hope that with this potential exodus, people start to realize that because of what they're championing and the way they're championing it, I hope they start to realize soon how badly it will impact them in the future if they get caught out. Because it happens every time. Every single time. When somebody else gets caught out with this nonsense who pushed these ideals, they always end up getting caught out, and they suffer, and they have to learn from it. But they don't seem to end up getting, I guess, red-pilled. They instead just become very neutral, which is weird. Then again, what do I know about any of this? I'm just here, I guess. Fingers crossed things aren't going to be too bad for all the Americans anyway, because in, 11 days, you get a new president. He has a majority in the Senate, and he has a majority in Congress. So it will be very interesting to see how he implements his policies. They'll go through regardless. Unity in party and all that. We've got to beat the nasty, evil Republicans because they're the enemy, right? All about that unity. Don't forget that 70 million people voted for him, but that doesn't matter. We won. Right. Okay, that's not what I call unity, but sure. Or healing. I like that you think that the only politics that do heal are the politics that come from your party. When history has taught us you're actually just as bad. You always have been, you always will be. So don't try and lie to everyone with these buzzwords. It's just tragic. Can I find a rest stop now? I don't know. One last thing, I guess, on the politics thing, 'cause I noticed the owner's not overly fond of this conversation, and I'm sure many of you are sick of it anyway. Pelosi said she'd only do 2 terms as Speaker. I highly doubt that now that there is a Democrat as President. I think she'll stay on. I think she'll stay on because she knows damn well that she can just lord it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're in charge, go for it. I expect nothing less of you after all. Where's the sleep stop? Just over there. Okay. Is this the right way to go in? Probably not. Huh. America is going through its awkward teenage years. Things will be okay. I'm sure they will be. It's your country, it's not mine. Oh, I have an email. What is this? What be your email? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Bob. I forgot to get you a truck. Okay. I have an idea. Can I not? I can't set GPS. Okay, great. Right, it's fine. Right. Where's the dealer? Is that it there? No. Oh, I'm having a moment, aren't I? Cool. Actually, it didn't show me on the thing, did it? Instead, just tells me there's one there. We'll have a look one more time. So, there is one here. Okay. Can't be that, that's my garage. Can't be those. Has to be this. Okay. Alright. Let's go buy a really cheap truck to shut a guy up that works for me now. It's going to be cheap, it's going to be trash, it's going to be a DAF. If I can get one cheap enough, then yay. The annoying thing here is it takes me out of my way, but that's fine. We'll sort that out. Grab me Lucas Aiden's Austral. Well, that sounds like effort. Twisting my knee here. What am I doing? There we go. Well, I'm not going to talk about the politics. I will mention, I do hope that while I might not be as much of a fan of certain alternative media, is that DAF there? No, not that. Ugh, this. No, that's a depot. My apologies. I do hope that they get to stay active, because I would not wish on them any kind of ill fate or loss of... That's not them. You absolute div. I bet someone now turns in behind me anyway. Or so much traffic comes by that I can't exit. Hi. No, 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 no. See, I'm here first. Honk. This can be irritating to get out of, but alright. Okay, let's see. Cheapest one is 100. How much is it? 117. Okay, hang on. I need more money. Hello, Lulubell. Hello, Zeogold. Hope you're well. Can I borrow any money? Let's have a look. Oh, I can. Alright, how much do I need? 5 grand. Alright. Okay. Was that correct? Of course it was. I wasn't paying enough attention, was I? Sorry about that. It's fine. Cool. I guess at least we have some money left. Right, you. Hang on, let's just change that colour, because I want it to be really, really ugly. Yeah, that'll do. You have a little cot in the back, and your trash. That's just disgusting. Look at that. It's filth. You can go here with... Oh, that's me. With him. Look at that. 36 streams and we finally got a driver. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Can I get out of here? Yes, I'm well aware that you want to come out, but I want to... Stay. Stay. Good. Shut up, you tart. There we go. We have a truck, and now we have, well, now we're on our way. Let's move that down a little so you can see my but first coffee mug. Right, let's read the chat. In random news, a plane was stolen from an airport in Arizona, and New York City is having a problem with squirrels attacking people. Good. Hello, Lorena. Hope you're well. Welcome to this channel. Hope you're well. And yes, that sign deserved it, but by all means, F in the chat for the sign. Yes. I won't take offense if you side with the sign. What should we talk about instead? Since Parler... I mean, we could continue talking about the apps, I guess. I am on Parler. I kind of want to use it more. But they have their word limit's vastly bigger to that of Twitter. And I also can't seem to... Unlike others, I struggle to get any traction when I post there. Much like Minds, I know they banned me and then gave me my account back. But in reality, I can't get any traction on any posts I put on there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The idea of using it as a blog spot, a blog of some kind, was kind of cool. But that had to go on the back burner over Christmas, which I don't need to be in this lane. Nice. 50 again? Yeah. So maybe I'll do that now that I've got more free time. Well, not free. Yeah, I do have free time. There are things I do want to talk about, but I don't. I should say, for the sake of it, I should encourage more people to be on other social media sites anyway. Because you've seen what happens. I need to remove that marker. Because you're trying to turn me the wrong way. There we go. It's a long, long delivery, and we're probably going to muck it up. You've heard squirrel is tasty. With UK imported grey squirrels solely to eat them. Didn't it work out so well? They end up destroying our red squirrels instead. We, the Brits, are not happy about this, although I've had a few very funny interactions with them. They're lovely. I have this subscription to a company called Graze. They send 4 little snack pots a week. Random things. There's always a flapjack of some kind. And I got the high protein one, so I get lots of nuts. I will take the plain ones, like the plain plain walnuts or Brazil nuts, and I will take them to my bridge in my town. Nice, obligatory yawn, my apologies. And I will hold my hand up because there's a little bunch of trees in that area, and a squirrel will come by, sit in your hand for a minute, and eat one of the biggest nuts they can get their hands on. And then they'll go away. They'll probably take one for the road as well, which I think is kind of cool. Because they don't bite. They want food, and I'm more than happy to provide it. Feels kind of nice to give back a little, actually. In London, right, I've been fist bumped by one. You know, it's a weird thing. You can hold your hand out, and they will touch your hand. I think that is so cool. They're genuinely, like, I don't know what it is. London ones seem actually alright. But also, I did have food on me, so... Because I'm one of those weird people. I always have a snack in my pocket, just in case I get hungry, and I can't get to a shop or something. Always have that. I normally wear cargos. So, in one pocket by my knee will be, like, a little snack. Like a pack of sunflower seeds or... flapjack, obviously. In the other pocket, I have a small first aid kit, because again, I'm really, really weird. And thank you for shilling those links to Parler, BitChute, and obviously my Patreon. I appreciate that greatly. Squirrels are cute. Some are actual dicks, I will agree. Here, not so bad. They're not so bad here. Well, I think I'm going to slow down a little for this. Okay. I'm hoping this year's a vast improvement on last year, but we're 9 days in, and already this is not a good year. It's not been a good year, but hopefully things will improve. I'm hoping things improve anyway. With the vaccine being rolled out for sheeple crowd control pesticide, or whatever it's called, I don't know. I'm hoping things start to improve over here, freedom-wise. The sooner I can get back into work, the better. I wanted to go for a bike ride today, but the brother-in-law never contacted, so I guess that didn't happen. Which is why I dug the spot for the shed instead. Because I could have happily done that the day it arrived. They always throw things at your father. I'm sure he deserves it, though. I couldn't say for certain. You're getting vaccinated next week. Well, that's fantastic news. I know that they announced the Queen and Prince Philip have been vaccinated today, which is great news. I mean, they're quite old, so they qualified. I don't think I'm anywhere near qualifying. I don't really care. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not going to take it, and that's fine. I don't care. I just want my life back. I'm so done with this. I'm not going to say I'm so over it, because that's such a terrible thing to say. I want to work. and not rely on this. I'd like to do it so I don't... Yeah, because... Nah. Just let's have some normality and perhaps try and fix some of the damage we've now done to the economy. The irreparable damage. Which, obviously, by definition, can't be repaired. But I'd like to see people try. Oh, that feels like it could tilt if I go any tighter on that corner. I may have to slow it down on this... Ooh, slow... Nice. 50? Is that 50? Oh, it's too bright on the dash. I can't see properly. Oh, there we go. We can go faster. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm lost. I'm low down. I don't have health issues. I don't have any... yeah, no, I'm just low down. I ain't slowing down beyond the speed limit areas because I need to... We've got like 1,000 kilometers to cover. Won't be able to finish that in the stream if I don't put my foot down somewhere. Fingers crossed it does. The vaccine thing leads to a positive change and not a rewriting of one's genetic code. Yes, I've heard about that. Not sure what to say about that. I'm not a geneticist. I could have been. Really didn't want to be. Let's stick to a lower than speed limit pace for a second because these roads have got horrid bends. Yes. I know that we're stuck in this incredibly strict lockdown till the end of March, and I'm not okay with that. So Monday, I'm gonna write an action plan of sorts for every day. I need to do certain tasks, go for walks, go for a bike ride, some kind of workout somewhere if I can, because this is doing my head in. So I'll do that this evening as well. I'll write notes for videos as well while I'm at it, because there's plenty to do. I'm more than happy to do all of that, because it keeps me busy. Oh, and because we changed the ink in my Parker pen from blue to black. Oh, okay. I got... If you wonder why I said ooh there, my steering wheel tried to lock. It tried to spin all the way round when I was holding it on a corner. That was not a nice feeling. Yeah, so I get to break in the new pen ink, which is cool. For those who don't know, I also keep pens when they die. So there were some videos I put, but they're not. I think they're only on a personal Instagram, so you won't be able to get them. Obviously, when I took a pen when it ran out or stopped working, they were pop vinyl pens. One was Spider-Man, the other was Pennywise. I just looked up on my shelf where I've got all my like Omegon stuff, and they're in a cup that was sent to me by Vomit Sausage, which has my avatar on a set wrapped around a mug. It's a nice plastic mug as well, so, you know, good. And in there is also the Parker cartridge. Hello, machine. Yes, I'm going to call you that. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. I think it does break you down. I picked up my guitar today and I plugged in. I've got a plug-in, 2 plug-in amps. One of them is next to me. I've got 2 Vox plug-in amps. One's a metal plug-in amp. The other is a Vox AC30 plug-in. The reason I got that is because The AC30 is the amp Brian May uses on his guitar. I've been using it. I used it today to play a few little bits to see if I could play some stuff without, and sound reasonable on it. And it sounded great, actually, on a Squier Contemporary Stratocaster, which is actually not a bad Strat. It's not a bad Strat. I quite enjoy it anyway. Most people on my server know it as the Spoopy Oreo Strat, because it's the only guitar I have with stickers on. It also now has a Steel Panther Penis Chili sticker on it. I'm not fond of stickers on any of my other guitars. It's just this one guitar. I even took the Tide Pool sticker off my my Fender Strat because it felt like sacrilege. It'd be like getting a Gibson Les Paul and getting a decal or decal of Slash on it. Like, please don't. Just don't. But yeah, that's what it's called. Normally Oreo for short. The Spoopy Strat. So I played a few bits on that. I mean, that was nice, but then I have the added issue here that I got 0 peace, because whenever my nieces got annoyed with each other, they'd come into my room. If I was watching something, they'd make a lot of noise, which actually led me to an epiphany, which is quite interesting. I was watching Voyager on my YouTube account, because I've got all the seasons, I think, on YouTube. And so something interesting. The first episode, the USS Voyager, is sent 70,000 light years away from home. Away from where DS9 is, in fact. Well, the Badlands, not far away. They were sent all those light years away to the caretaker, who was looking for a suitable mate to take over from him to look after the Okampa. And then in that very first episode, I realized, he doesn't... For somebody who criticized minor bipedal species, I found it really fascinating that he didn't notice the hologram that could function as a doctor and perform incredibly complex procedures. And I thought, that looks like a plot hole. How does he not know that when he's just managed to rip all these people? I don't know. I've seen Steel Panther before as well. I'd love to see him again, to be honest, because I'm older. And also they're independent now, so to me it's like supporting a hard-working band instead of just... I don't know, it feels like I'm actually doing... It feels better to support a band that puts in the effort for themselves. Oh yeah, rip Tuvix. Tuvix was cool. I'll give him that. Especially because Janeway just pulled the trigger. See you later, Lulubelle. Yeah, so when I was playing, I couldn't play the guitar too long because the nieces interrupted. I put Voyager on. Couldn't watch much of that because the nieces again interrupted. I washed my floor because why not? I noticed now one of the boards has a chip in it, which really annoys me. I know who did it because I know what she did. My nieces do this thing. They come into my room and they will just drop things on the floor all the time, and it's frustrating, very frustrating. Because I don't drop, and they just come in, they'll pick something up, and then they'll drop it. And the chip it's not obvious. I noticed it because I was washing. Scrubbing, I was actually cleaning the floor. But, you know. That is true. I know, Moon, I know. There is an explanation. But to me, it was a kind of trash one. I think the caretaker, if he'd put some effort into it, he could have made a superior version. Let's not forget here that an upgrade was created not long after Voyager left anyway. In fact, he could have had them function in his stead until his mate returned, perhaps, or the species that naffed off came back. You watch Star Trek Discovery. That's cool. Actually, Moon, it was one of my guitars. That's what annoys me, because it's the... I'm pretty sure it was the strap lock that hit the ground. I put on all of mine Shaw S-locks, and they're quite pointy at the end. I don't drop things. I don't pay that much money to then go and drop it. It's not in my programming. Yeah, no. Stay. These kids though don't get it. It's why first the moment I got the Schecter just before Christmas, I immediately put it on the wall because they can't take it down, but also because I know they'll knock into it, they'll crash it. I put one on a stand on the floor, and a niece comes into my room jumping around like a rabbit, and then immediately when she stood in front of it and nowhere else, then falls into it. And I'm sat on my desk like, you're trying to snap the neck, aren't you? You're actually trying to snap the neck. I assume she's a glutton for punishment or something, but she's not going to get it from me, so I'm very confused by this. One moment, I should drink. Stay hydrated, kids. You know what I mean? The kind of kid who will just crash into something when they see it. It's like a magnet, and I get it, I really do. It's nice and shiny, but you don't need to crash into it to make your point. If anything, you could just not. That would be great. In fact, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't, because I don't know. I don't need scratches right now. Yeah, it's why I made sure the Schecter was not on the floor, because the quality of that, the Fender and the BMG, no, they can stay away. They can stay high up out of the way. And I can bring them down when I want to. Ah, yes, the Warp 10 episode of the humans that evolved beyond humanity. That was a bad episode for me. I felt that was terrible. I don't know. No, not a good look. Not a good episode at all. I like the idea that, I mean, technically Janeway's had kids. That's interesting. That's fascinating. With Paris, and they are. One moment. There's a cat. And that's humanity. You know, these are a new breed of humans that aren't even human. Come on, Speckles. Meow, meow, meow. Hey, you gonna come down? Meow. She's not gonna attack you. Oh, let me help you. Come on. There you go. Come on. I know. Bye. Right. I know. Oh. Let the dog go. On your bed. Thank you. Right. Let's shut this so that the bugs don't come in. There we go. I need to create like an intermission card, don't I? Right. The cat is... That was Speckles, not Tilly, by the way. Stargate's alright. I kind of stopped watching after MacGyver gave his life, I guess, for humanity. That was quite early on, though, wasn't it? And I know it's O'Neill before anyone says it. Although with the delay, I'm sure someone will have pointed it out. But yeah, the human, they're new humans, but they're the only ones of their kind on a planet that's a swamp. So Dagobah. They're on Dagobah, okay? They're going to bump into Yoda, happy families, moaning about the seagulls, okay? I find that quite interesting because they won't be able to, unless they, live an incredible long time. We don't know, obviously. They won't, if they breed together, that's inbreeding. That might cause genetic issues. You never know. I'm sure it will. Yeah, Speckles is all talk. She's a big tabby cat. I was hoping it'd be Tilly because she'd loiter and probably try and eat one of the chocolate biscuits that's somewhere on that bed that was given earlier. Yeah. She's a loud bugger, she is. Oh, I can go faster now. Nice. I'm loving... to move on from that, genuinely impressed they updated the game to include even something as simple as an air freshener in the appearance, because there are mods where you can get like official deliveries from like Amazon and Coca-Cola and interior with all the decorations and trimmings, and that looks fantastic. Of course it does, but I didn't do it because I wanted to wait for SES to create them themselves. And hello, Watt, hope you're well. The Habsburg planet. Well, there's something. Oh, Tilly. Yeah, I mean, Tilly could be a great Skeptic clone. She'd be raking in that AdSense right now. I'll be honest, that sunset's not too bad. You got a point. It looks nice. It's not too much glare. The blend of the colours is good. Yeah. And before someone asks, I'm not, obviously, most people know I'm not a huge fan of Voyager. There are many issues with the story I take. A lot of it with Harry Kim, because the guy deserved better than what he got. And that was something the actor himself addressed. And it's kind of trash, really, how he was treated, especially. I think they did him dirty, and it annoys me because he could have been better, but instead he was kind of annoying because they didn't do anything else with him. No other characters, story arcs, introduction of 7 of 9 because they needed a name to reinvigorate the show, but also a little sex appeal for the nerds. Right. I honestly thought the Doctor on his own was enough for that. Just give him his mobile hollow emitter, and yeah, we're cool. Then again, when it comes to flagging shows, I have no leg to stand on. My favourite one's Enterprise. A show that got cancelled before they could introduce the Romulans, which would have made the show a lot more interesting. Then again, had they done that in the 3rd season instead of the Xindi and the Time War, perhaps the show would have been a bit better. I mean, they teased them with a mine on the hull, which was not bad, actually. I like that it says I can do 100 here, but at most I can hit 90. I'm doing 80, by the way. I'm not going to go faster now, in no hurry. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Fans do kind of ruin it. It's true. I felt that the temporal Cold War and all that nonsense was trash. Most people don't care for time travel unless it's Doctor Who, and even then, that's kind of limited these days as well because of the ratings for that. Oh boy. But when it came to Star Trek, although I didn't mind the reset idea put forward in the Star Trek movies starring Chris Pine. I don't mind those movies. I don't mind them at all, in fact. They're meant to be an alternate timeline. And in truth, I don't mind that because it was so different. And that's why I don't mind. I mean, they took so long to make them, though. Whole thing behind Mary Sue and how we can improve on fan fictions are from Star Trek fanfic. With that Mary Sue that wanted some Spock juice. Didn't know that. That's actually really interesting. Wang's massage parlor. You've got some there's some places in your country that have got some rather funny names anyway. That just adds to the list. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. What is it, 50 here, isn't it? Jeez, I will say this. While I do get to go up to higher speeds on a regular, I'm having to constantly go down more often than not. I miss the good old days where I could just drive through most of Europe without touching a town, just hitting highways instead. It's not the easiest to do that now, though, because when you're in... We're in Eastern Europe, aren't we? Yeah. When we're here, it's not the easiest, because for some odd reason, that distance isn't as far as it doesn't feel as far as it used to be. Maybe it's just me, because originally when I started my main campaign, the Omegon one, I started here, and I just stayed in this little area, covered an entire country first, and then I'd leave and do the next country, and then the next country. You know, that was what I was doing. I was doing a completionist thing. I feel like the scaling's a bit weird. Hello, Ahsoka. Hope you're well. Sorry about the yawn. It was another obligatory yawn. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good Saturday. Or Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. We, today, are delivering. We are doing something. Yep. I don't even know what it is, because I keep forgetting to check. Yeah. I also don't know how long we have to finish this delivery. We'll find out in a minute. I'm sure we'll find out we need to sleep soon as well, because we've been a while without a sleep stop, so we're surely due one soon as well. Fingers crossed, not too soon, but I will expect it now that I've said it. Do I need to knock on wood? Since my desk is made out of a moderately reasonable quality chipboard, I'm gonna avoid doing that. In other interesting updates, I guess, news-wise, my sister and I yesterday were looking at log cabins, because to get a second one here for me, basically, for an office and more space that I get to have then. I don't get any in this house. I think they're just going to get a second version of the one we already have, which is fine, of course. But I did find one I really liked. And it's a shame I can't... well, it probably could, but I'd have to pay the rest of it, I think. I wouldn't mind it, though. It is quite nice, I will say. Because it's got like 4 rooms. It's a 6 meter by 5 meter with 4 rooms and a loft that covers half the ceiling, the other half being open in the living room area. The other 3 rooms have a ceiling inside, and that loft space is kind of useful. But it's a bit too pricey, I think. I did like the look of it, though. We'll see. I think they have settled on the other one anyway, which I'm not going to complain. It's perfect regardless. It looks nice. I was just being... Then again, it does cover more. It's shorter in length, but it has more width. So that extra 2 meter width could be an issue. So perhaps another equal size is not down to 50 again. It's not the worst idea. I do kind of look forward to it, though, because if they can get the ball rolling on that, then by the summer, perhaps, that could be a thing. And I could at least... I'd have to then... I'd be on it pretty quick, actually, because I'd get outer sealed, the stain and sealant done, and interior decorated. I'd be on that. Work out where I want things and go from there, really. Although in theory I've got the measurements, I can work that out beforehand and go from there, really. Which would be nice. Yeah. Little extra space. He doesn't like that. Since all I have is a 2.75 meter room square, I guess. Yeah, not even 3 meters wide. It's not. It's a box room. It's very small, but it's not even that because I lose about a quarter of the room due to weird walls. So it's going to be interesting to have more space if when that's done. That takes up to 4 months, so to be built there and brought here, and then a day or two to install. A day, I guess, at that point, because they'll have June, perhaps maybe May or June. Yeah, that's not bad, and that gives me plenty of time when it's done to get an electrician in to do the job, because I'll pay for that. Get the guttering installed. Perhaps put some solar lighting in the outer area and go from there, really. Yeah, so British houses are, when it comes to cost per square meter, we are the smallest and cost the most. And I know that people will want to be pedantic and say, "Ah, yes, but what about this city in this country?" Yes, and you can argue Tokyo is the one that does it. Japan, as an overall thing, I'm not competing here. It's not a pissing contest. Please try and refrain, as there's no winner here when it comes to a lack of size or space, even. All right. That looks nice. Guess the important question now is, do you have cushions in your train? Oh, that's a decent sized broom. Yeah. That's massive. I've always had... Oh, Jesus, loud. Even Stephen, don't judge me. Thank you very much for the £2 donation. It's very kind of you. Nice round number. Hello, Lorna R. Are you going for a heating system? I don't know what you mean. Do you mean for the cabin? Because... I assume we all saw this. Just gonna, okay. Oh, for the cabin, yes, Lorna, yes. I'll probably, because of the size, you wouldn't need much more than a small furnace, small one, and you can have that run, have a pipe run outside. Yeah. Do that because it's an option worth exploring nearer the time, or get a small, get the air conditioner. I have a portable air conditioner that functions as a cooler and a, obviously, air cooler, but proper conditioner. And no sleep stop there. Okay. And oh, there's one up ahead. It's fine. And as a heater, so that's an option. But I don't need to worry too much about that just yet. So I'm going to refrain because I think it will take too much effort. I have to go through here first, don't I? Alright. I'll know nearer the time. Until then, I'm just going to do what I said I would do, save up, and go from there. As I can't be too sure of anything. Until I know it's definitely been paid for first. That's kind of the big one. Once it's been paid for, yeah, sure, then I can think about it. But I don't want to be spending or buying in advance. I know my sisters like to do that thing where they prepare for things. I'd rather not, because I kind of want to save up. And if I can, I will. Which I will definitely save up, because we're not screwing around this year. We want to try and have a little cushion. Got a solar heater for the pig shack. Even in winter, it's toasty warm for them. That's fantastic. By the way, for those who don't know, I'm not huge on heating at the best of times, so I don't really use it. But I also don't like the idea of ever getting sick. So if I have to warm things up to look after myself, then of course I will do. And hello, Arms Killer, hope you're well. Or, I believe as you're known on my server at the moment, Posh Boy. Posh Boy. Yes. Congratulations. You are a posh boy. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is going on here? You have to remove asbestos from the walls. Oh, dear. Really? Really? You came down to do that? Really? When you've never done that? You know what, I'm not even going to argue with you. I don't care enough. I don't care enough. Grumble. Hello, Otaku Gamer Judas. Hope you're well. Air conditioning's not that common here. We're still in a phase of finally using it in houses. Air coolers and fans are quite popular. Last year I bought a proper air conditioner. It cost me about 300, and I was so happy to buy it, but I couldn't put it in my room because the pipe needs to be near a window. My bed's right by the window. I couldn't reorganize my room to make it work. So it goes downstairs in the living room, where it is currently, and yeah, it serves them perfectly. It does downstairs handily. We didn't suffer that much. It did its job. I wouldn't mind getting a second in the house, but if I'm not going to be in the house, then it's not an issue for me. And there are issues in the house that need resolving anyway. I still plan to turn the outer room between the downstairs wet room shower and the kitchen into a pantry, so I'm going to, at the end of this month, acquire the shelving racks that I plan to put in there. I will also acquire new flooring, and I'll decorate the walls. I will get it done. Are we in Hungary now? We might be. I wonder if my new driver's made me any money yet. Let's have a look at the business manager, because I've been on... I mean, he's been on job. He makes me €2 balanced training policy. I might actually put you up on the ADR, which is this, just cause. Let's look at your log. Oh, you've done some jobs. No profit on the first. Oh, that's disgusting. You made it back though on this one though, the reservoir tank. Nicely done there, Bob B. I assume the other B stands for Bob. Interesting. $36 streams to find me. Well, 35 to get a driver. 34 even. 36 to actually have another driver. I like that because then in 72 we'll have another driver. I'm in no hurry to... right of way. Get a good scrub. I think we are. It must be in... Are we in Hungary? Let's have a look. Yeah, we are. I figured we were because of the checkpoints, but also the speed limit. I like being in Hungary. Starmer's local Labour branch passed a no confidence motion against him. Good luck, I guess. He's the leader of the Labour Party. If he wants to, he could switch from Holborn to a different constituency instead. Didn't intend for it to be an insult. If I did, hang on, what's that? Hang on. Oh, I feel like I've missed something. Oh, you're referring to a conversation with Duck Dog. My apologies. Electrolytes help. I know they do. You're actually quite right. I'm more than happy to drink electrolyte. I don't really have issue with the heat for the most part. I don't struggle with it. I just want to be able to exercise so I don't feel fat. You know, that horrible feeling where you're not quite comfortable. So I'd very much like to deal with that. You're speeding, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. You're going too fast. Yes. Oh, you hate... just to address other thing, Dog Munch. I hate going over to someone's house and they won't turn on the heating. I know people like that, or they have it on far too high, because that's where they prefer to be. And I get it, but come on. I don't like heating. I really don't. But I will, for other people, it will be turned on. But we don't here generally have it on that much. They use candles for the extra heating. And to be honest, there's enough people, animals in the house. The body heat generally is warm enough for them. Or you can just put on an extra layer because they live here. I think first time in 2 years I wore a onesie in bed. I wore my Cookie Monster one. I haven't worn that in 2 years. It was nice to wear it again, I will admit. And I might wear it again at some point. But I'm not too sure yet. Got to make my mind up, you know. I was hoping if I was more cozy in bed, I wouldn't kick the blanket off. I was wrong. That weighted blanket was still by my ankles, and I'm not, when I get paid, buying another one. I'm going to stick with the 10 kilos because it does its job to an extent. I'll just start wearing socks. I'll put on a different pair of socks when I go to bed or something, because it's my feet that suffer. I don't know why they do it. I'd very much like my feet to not be numb because of the cold, but because I'm not noticing it as cold, they just go numb. I'd very much like to have toasted tootsies when I wake up. Perhaps I'm asking too much of my feet, right? Who knows? I'll work it out eventually, I'm sure. Although, I will say the one handy thing more recently is that because I've now taken the Saturdays off, back on the 3D printer, I've been printing some bits for what was it? For patrons, badges. I don't have the silver, but I've been doing the bronze badges again because I needed a few more anyway for bronze tiered recipients, and so I printed up a few more of those. And I'm hoping to get some silver at the end of the month, because then I can get on with that. One less thing to be concerned about. The issue I had was that I had 2 spools of silver and they bird nested, and it's so difficult to get that to stop bird nesting because the way it spins itself, and because it's plastic filament as well, it's just a nightmare, okay? I really hate it. But I was considering getting a resin one, but I think with my room and the fact it needs ventilation, I'm not okay with that at the moment. I think I'd rather stick with what I have because I like it. Of course, I would love to print to a much higher standard, of course, and obviously try different things. That's fun. But for the time being, I'll stick with what I have because what I have is actually quite good. And also I have about 10 kilos worth of filament to work through anyway, of other colours and styles, so I kind of need to do that first and not use any other printer and different printing, equipment. If you stop, I'll ram into you. Yeah, that's right. You run away. Don't come here around here no more. Of course. Gotta love it when you hear that cruise control working. You did that on purpose, I saw it. Tried to brake on me. How dare you? Ahsoka, yes I do. I have a Creality Ender 3. It's probably, I would argue, one of the most simplistic printers to use. Setting it up, not the easiest. Because you've got to balance the, you've got to level it. And that takes a while. But it is incredibly rewarding to get it done. And it does provide extra heat because the nozzle's at 200 degrees and the base is at 60 degrees. It's not exactly cool. And yeah, it essentially is a small heater in the room, but not too hot, which is what's quite nice. I might print one more of those bronze badges when I'm done. Just so I've got 4 done today, which is good. That's a nice little healthy amount. They take nearly 3 hours to do. 2 hours 42 minutes, I think, to do from start to finish. And I'll you made your own one. That's cool. That is incredibly cool. I like the one I've got. I printed a drawer that connects to it. It fits in a slot inside the printer where there's a massive gap underneath the heating plate. So I have all my spare tools and Allen keys for it there. Although I might take those out because I have too many Allen keys for my guitars, and quite frankly they can just go in the bag with those. Over the years I've changed the nozzle a few times. I've replaced the extruder piping and pipe and the feeder. A few bits have been changed, but I'll be honest, it's still... Well, oh, and the fan hole cover, because for some reason the fan over the main board is right where the sprues and bits fall in. So you make a 3D print a fan hole cover, and yes, it's much better. It does a better job, and yeah, I do need to clear it at some point actually, because I keep hearing this whir that implies there's something inside that just never moved. And I really wish it would. But it is a nice printer, regardless of what others might say about it. Ender 3s are very solid units. It was recommended by one of my patrons and friend, and he's got 3 of them. I don't need that many. He needs it for work because he prints very, intricate, detailed things for customers. So that's kind of cool, actually. Whereas I just goof about mostly. I print plant pots and knickknacks, Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations and odd toys here and there. Now that I'm not working on the weekends like I used to, over Christmas basically, I kinda have some free time to do that again. I'm hoping to start doing some Warhammer soon as well, which would be nice. But again, I need to get that action plan sorted this evening. I'll do the video notes first, because that'll make tomorrow a lot easier. I found 2 methods make it easier for me to, as far as content production goes. Either I do the notes and record the day before and edit the next day, on the day that is, or make the video a day in advance. Both work for me, so I'm quite happy to... I saw that, I clipped it, didn't I? So we'll see what happens. Oh, you made yours from parts. That's cool. That is genuinely a very cool thing to have done. Crash. Lag. Oh. Hopefully that doesn't last too long, because, well, we're doing this for an hour and a half. I'm not tarnishing this stream like that already. I didn't think we'd finish the delivery in the stream, but I think we will. We're in Hungary already, so Banska Bystrica isn't too far away. There is so Sasha, there are Thingiverse is a great site for this. People will make 3D models of things to be printed, and D&D figurines are there. It's quite a good site to use to get your templates, codes even. I would love to be able to do that when I do eventually get a resin printer, but I don't think I'll get one till next year. I'm staying true to my word that I will be saving up this year. That's my plan. I'm not saving up for anything in particular, by the way. Just saving up to see what I can do, see if I can. It's kind of I'd like to see if I can actually do something like that. You know, not say I couldn't before, but we only have this to fall back on. I'd like to see what can be done with this as my income, because I haven't got the cleaning work still, and I won't do for a long time, it seems. Not sure what's going to happen at all, to be honest. I wonder when the next, because the end of January will be the 3rd month for the self-employment income support scheme payments. I'm assuming another one will happen in February. A final one even. If that's the case, then yay. I'll take that as well. And that'll just all go straight into savings. Legit, the whole amount, because I don't see a point in spending it. Just something to rest on. Cost you a £1.50. Not bad. Not bad at all. Mine just cost £200. But to make one yourself is a whole different level of satisfying. So I can't really compare. I just went with the affordable because it's a hobby, not. And I'm not saying yours isn't a hobby, by the way. To me, because I treat it as a hobby, I'm not looking to go too far, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, Warhammer, that being stupid expensive. Yeah, that can be done with a resin printer or a filament printer. You can make figurines. You can do them to a pretty high standard on a regular spool printer. Someone had said, why don't you make a guitar out of it from a 3D printer? And I'm not against that, by the way. I genuinely would try it. But I haven't, for reasons, because it would take so long to print every single piece of it, and then to pin it or glue it together, or it'd have to be somewhere, because for a neck to exist on it, it would have to bolt on somewhere. But it'd have to be so strong, and that's a problem, because this filament, the way it does the lattice structures between layers, after a certain point, it's not that strong. And also, if you really bend that plastic, each individual layer will peel. So it doesn't have longevity. Well, you can wax seal it with like a varnish, but it's still not that strong. So how do you make a neck stay on it? It has to be a wooden neck. It can't be a set neck, because that's not how it doesn't work. You wouldn't be able to adjust the neck either with that. Perhaps one day I'll try it and see what happens. That's not bad. Making a figurine, action figurines and all that, that's actually really cool. Genuinely. I would say I'm jealous, but I don't have time to print them, so. Yeah. You do need it for resonance. Some people have more recently started using carbon fiber. I couldn't disagree with using them any more than just them existing. It isn't just a blasphemous thing to me, it's a case of different woods resonate differently. They feel differently. A carbon fiber neck, the sound... This is music theory 101. How the sound travels, how the sound works. It doesn't work with carbon fiber anywhere near as well as it works with a wooden neck. Hello, Lissa. Hope you're well. But I'll look into it one day, perhaps. if I get bored enough and I'm like, okay, I've done buying guitars. I'll make one with a printer instead. That'll be fun. That will take a while, because you got to think here, to print one section and to get it right might take more than one print, and each section could take days to print. You get one bit cocked up, you might not be able to repair it on the spot. We'll see what happens. I'm not in any hurry, but it'd be very funny. Yeah, it's because the sound it's traveling through it, but there's no cushion. The wood itself has a nice even roasted maple necks have a nice cushion to them. It's the way the sound travels through the strands of the wood. Carbon fiber, it's not stranded. It's a block. Just not. No, we're not going to do this. Yeah. Have you noticed, but Carmi, you mentioned... Hello, Genty Maxi, hope you're well. You mentioned a block of epoxy, so obviously that reminds anyone who watches construction channels of Burl's art. He makes guitars out of random things, pencils, coffee beans. It goes on quite heavily, but except for one, he makes guitars. The neck it uses a lot of epoxy, but the neck is always made out of wood, always. I think most were bolt-on necks because set necks are trickier. I think most of them were bolt-on. Yeah, I think one or two were through necks, but they were tricky as well. But the fact remains, use wood. Simple. Jara fretboards. I'm not a fan. I'm not against them, by the way. Most of my guitars are not because I want them to be, but because they are ebony fretboards. Except for my Fender, that's a maple fretboard, but it has a gloss cover, which annoys me. And my Squier, that's a maple fretboard. I think the Schecter is also ebony. I couldn't tell you for certain. I know my Ibanez is a rosewood fretboard because it's a Gem Junior, and that's always a rosewood fretboard. I know Indian Laurel's quite popular now as a replacement for rosewood because that's quite rare, and EU ban that kind of use because it's yeah, that's kind of dying out. I know other woods are dying out as well, though, aren't they? So they're looking for alternative woods to take its place. Oh yeah, bases do. That's a fair point. Ebony is a weird one. I don't understand why it has to be so expensive, because a lot of people can just fake it anyway and still get similar qualities, even if it's something that's just been dyed to look like it. I think to me it only looks good when it's on a guitar with a contrasting colour. If it's all just black, to me it's trash. I know people think it's very metal to have an all-black guitar, and I'm like, actually, you know what's really metal? Pink. Seriously. Nice, bright pink guitar. That's what you need in your life. I'm running out of fuel, am I? Cool. Am I near my location yet? I mean, I'm in Slovakia, is it? Or Slovenia? No, Slovakia. Surely I'm nearly there by now anyway. Stretch. I don't have the highest fuel economy, so this could be interesting. Oh, fretless basses. I tried playing one of those. Yeah. Felt weird. But I'm not going to judge those that play them. It just felt very strange to me. It's also very not the most. It's not a common bass at the best of times. It's even less common if they're left-handed. There are some you can get, But again, it's not a common thing, and the options are very limited. So you do get stuck with one thing and one thing only. I would agree with you, Jen, but the guitar has to be pink. Why? Because it's metal. Yes. I know that zebra wood's quite popular, or growing more popular. That's an interesting one. I know people like walnut. That's growing in popularity as well. And I think that will open up a few doors. But when it comes to mass production, you've got to be so careful. Maple is a very simple one. Grows very quickly. Yeah, that's a good wood to go with as well, to be honest. If it's roasted, it's even better. Roasted maple necks, amazing. Just, they feel amazing. And also less chance of warping during changes of seasons or heat temperatures, because there's no moisture in the neck, which is great. I'm quite simple when it comes to. I'd like a swamp ash body's quite good for resonance, and walnut is again also quite good for that, for the body and the neck. I guess it depends on the preference of the person, because there's so many. You don't need to have a vast number of guitars to get a lot out of one guitar. So, yeah, exploit what you have, you know. Yeah, zebra wood isn't most common, but I have seen a few fretboards with it, and it's really, really, really weird. It just, I mean, if it's tongue oiled, it's fine. It really is. It looks great. I've seen a baked maple neck fretboard, or a roasted baked maple neck, which is insane. It looks I've got a roasted maple neck on my Schecter, and it looks astonishing. But roasted baked maple neck, roasted maple neck is what I've got. Yeah. The baked part just adds these lines to it. It just looks amazing. Yeah, there's some quality options, and they all have varying effects on the guitar, which is great. I think we're nearly there. Huh. We've done surprisingly well today. Carry. I've not seen that. Yeah, for a seat frame. That's cool. Yes, but so you mentioned the replacement for ebony. That makes sense, of course, because ebony is dying out, and it's not something you can just replace as quickly as, well, something like, maple. Seriously. There are rules within, like the EU, for example. You can't import certain woods because they're an endangered species. I think it'd be very interesting to see what you could do with newer woods, but at the same time respect that you cannot simply just replace it and that's it, you know. Look at my quilt. I have a fire extinguisher. I'm faster than you. I am the one. Cool Mustang. I know that Carlos Santana plays PRS, but his signature models... Bugger. His signature models all have rosewood fretboards, and so he has to play an alternative version in Europe. Because he likes rosewood. Simple as that. But he can't play them in Europe, which is unfortunate. But I get it. They don't want... you know, it's... actually, no, I don't get it really, because it's already on the guitar. It's not... He's not importing it to sell the wood or anything, but I kind of get it. Nope. Other way. Cocked it up. Nope, cocked it up. Great. Oh, go on. There we go. Nice. And we got bugger all fuel. Perfect. And bugger all money. Well, now we have some. Let's have a look. First of all, yeah, so we can afford another day there. Yeah, paid those off. One loan. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's have a look at this quick. Where is it? Driver. Did he finish any deliveries? He's still on this. Log. Oh, and he's still on delivery. He's still... Let's have a look. On the road. Yeah, he's still working. Okay. Yeah, okay. Not bad. Alright. Oh, okay. Nice steering lock. Well, we finished a little bit earlier than expected. I do apologise for that. I like keeping this at 2 hours, but we've got 10 minutes and I can't think of anything to do. So I am going to end so I can go do video stuff and feed a rabbit. Thank you all for joining. I will be back here next week with episode 37. Yeah. We'll perhaps seek putting a few decorations in Bob's truck. How about that? So yes, thanks for joining, and thank you for the donation. If you haven't already, please consider smashing like. Although I see 19 viewers, 18 likes, so yeah, you pretty much did that. See you all later. Good night.